because you believed in something for too long that was giving you meaning, and now because you realize that it's not true, you automatically become hopeless because now you don't know what the meaning of the whole thing is, and you are used to believe, you are used to doing something for a bigger reason. So when you realize that no, what I was doing didn't really help it, at all. I wasn't, like it wasn't really making the world a better place. Uh, there isn't anything that I'm going to gain for what I did. You automatically become hopeless. It's because meaning is important to people. It feels wrong to, you know, just do things. There's a reason why the world has listened to empathy for the people who are stuck um, on months average, right? It's because they don't understand why they decided to be there in the first place. But if they were doing something that the world needs to be meaningful, then the whole world is getting together and be like, yo, these people need really help. They need to be ready. Right? So that's the thing. People want meaning. But what happens if you reach a level of consciousness where none of this is meaningful? Like you don't find anything meaningful. And not because you are dumb, like you're too dumb to find meaning. No, you are too smart to find meaning. That can happen. Take a baby for an example. A baby that plays with toys. They'll enjoy playing with these toys. Why? They will enjoy playing with these toys because they can create meaning. But it will be very hard for an adult to play with toys. Can you imagine me playing with a toy? Then I'm playing, you know what I'm saying? It will get to a point where it's it's too boring because I don't understand why I'm doing it, right? So so that, what that tells us is that as you become more and more conscious, you become bored with little things. It becomes hard for you to find meaning in small things. You can't make things up anymore. You can't believe things that are made up.
Get the fuck out of here, bitch.
If someone comes to you with some information, you would assess the information thoroughly to see if it's true. And if it's not true, you become more and more hopeless. Right now, we're being told about the three-eye atlas thing that we're told that is coming here in my past. It was part in my past year. When you come across videos where people are giving you false information, you can tell easily that they're giving you false information because you are operating at a high level of consciousness. You are aware of um, how people really operate. Right? You know that some people lack integrity. Some people they don't speak the truth. Some people are manipulative. Some people can lie for fame. Some people can lie for money. Some people can lie just for the sake of lying, like for fun, because people are bored, right? So once you become aware of how people are, it's not going to be easy for them to lie to you. It's not going to be easy for them to give you meaning, right? Because you are too damn aware. It's very easy to give a child meaning. You can tell a child the reason why they must do something, even if it's something that you know isn't really a big thing, but you can make them think that it's a big thing because they are too unaware. So people are giving you different religions, and none of these religions are making sense. They're they're trying to give you hope, telling you why this is important, but none of this None of it really makes sense. So you automatically become hopeless.
Do you know what pairs nicely with a fruit dip? Second French dip. Two fade bucks. Arby's, we have the meat. Attorney Lloyd Baker, looking in the name. Not sure about that HVAC quote? Get a free second opinion from Arizona. Trusted, local, honest.
Let's refresh my plain light switch with a Teams cover inspired by my favorite Mentos gum flavor, strawberry. I love reaching for Mentos to refresh the day.
It's all happening too fast. What, you nervous about the wedding? No, it's the house, dude. We got proof. Oh, don't stress. This house?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get over the fact that the whole thing is garbage. Because once you reach a level of consciousness where you realize that the whole thing is actually perfect, it's more like a dream. You know that dreams are, you know, like they don't have meaning. This reminds me of this other video that I came across on TikTok. Um, so on the caption, it said, oh, people say dreams have meaning. And then under that statement, they wrote, my dreams. They showed some lady getting out of a house, getting into a boat, the boat turning into something else. You know, like things kept on changing. And what is the dream like that? So life is kind of like a dream. You just having an experience, and you don't know what is the meaning of the experience. And so, if I ask you what is the meaning of your life, like what would you say you had to land here? Like what would you say? Like what would you say is the meaning? What would you say was the point? Like if you say, oh, that was the point. You went to school. What was the point? You've had some experiences in this world. What was the point? You went through a heartbreak. What was the point? You lost your mother. You lost your father. What was the point? You were born in poverty. Grew up in poverty. What was the point? What is something that is good that came out of that? And you can say, oh, yeah, I understand now. I get it. I understand why I had to go through what I went through. Like that was the point of it all. So it makes full sense to me. You know, you want meaning. That's what truly keeps you going. You don't want to do something for the sake of doing it, especially if it's not an easy thing to do. Even things that are easy. People don't want to do things for the sake of doing these things, no matter how easy these things are. If you told, if you found a random stranger, not even a random stranger, if you're sitting with someone right now and you said, do this, they'll be like, why? But if they were in a stadium and they were singing the national anthem, and they're supposed to do this when they're singing it, that would kind of like see meaning in doing that, so they would do it. But without meaning, people don't want to do things without meaning, without a point. Like there has to be a point, right? So it's very hard to get over the fact that the whole thing is meaningless. It's very, very difficult. Like you look at the things that you've had to go through, things that you've had to deal with in your own journey. You know, what's the point? I think if people felt like there was meaning to life, they would be more interested in doing things. Lack of meaning is one of the biggest problems that we're dealing with. And probably the biggest problem is we want meaning. People want meaning. That is why they're inventing uh, fake religions. That's why we're lying to one another. It's because we meaning. We want meaning. Once you find meaning, you're good. So what people do is they create their own meaning. But what problem is with creating your own meaning is that let's say your meaning doesn't align with other people's meaning. What happens? Now you will fight over meaning. Let's say someone believes that the meaning of life is to save people, is to bring people to Christ. And someone in another person thinks, hey, the meaning of life is to wake up and realize what's false. That means that the person who is telling people that the meaning of life is to save people and bring them to Christ is going to have a problem with the person who's saying, we need to wake up and realize what are the things that we're told that we are being told that are not true. So there's going to be a problem. And really, the whole thing is about meaning. I was having a conversation with someone about Christianity today. I was like, I think a lot of people who are Christians know that it is not true, but because they want meaning, they don't know what else. Remember when we were kids, we would play together, pretending that, like for example, you play with other kids, you'll be like, I'm the father and you are the mother, you play together as if the whole thing is real, you know. It's because human beings, when they feel like there's meaning, they have fun, right? You have fun when you feel like there's meaning. So, but you know that okay, I'm not this person's father, I'm not this person's wife, I'm not this person's husband, but it's fun, right? So they know that it's not real. That's why they act like it's not. I remember I told you guys that if people who claim to believe in Christianity truly believe in Christianity, they wouldn't even have like insurance. Like you wouldn't be paid for insurance, period. People like, if Jesus wants me to get sick, then it's fine. I'm gonna pray. If Jesus doesn't heal me, it means he doesn't want to heal me. But the real truth is that he can't heal me. So why should I be paying for insurance? You know what I'm saying? Why should I pay for my car insurance? Jesus is gonna protect me. Why should I go to a hospital when I'm sick? I'm just gonna pray to Jesus. But when they face real problems, they will go to people with solutions. They'll pray, but you know, they will be going to doctors, and they will pray while they're going to doctors because they know what actually works. But if you give them these two options, you said you can only choose to do one thing. You can only like if you want to pray, then you pray, but you can never go and see a doctor. If you want to go and see a doctor, go and see a doctor, but you can't pray. Do you think that a lot of Christians, when they become sick, they will choose to pray or they'll choose to go to a doctor? If you don't have food, just pray. Pray, or you go and work, or you ask for food. This thing. Okay. So they act like the whole thing is not true, but pretend as if it's true. So it's for fun. It's for meaning. People want meaning. So because they find meaning in that, then they have to pretend. You see, people create religions because there is no meaning. So they know that if they can offer a solution for lack of meaning, then it will be much like people will like it's like if you're selling something that provides value, then people are going to buy it. So if you're selling a lie that gives people meaning because what they really want is meaning, then they're going to believe.
What the
You know what
fuck
I'm
did you
saying? Like they're going to
shoot
think
there?
that you're offering something that is helpful because that's what they want. They want meaning. As long as you seem to believe in your own BS, you can start your own religion. Now, if you're charismatic enough, you can actually start your own religion and people will believe you without asking a lot of questions because what they want is meaning. If you're charismatic enough, you come up with your own story about reality, about how the whole thing started and what we're supposed to be doing. As long as you're offering meaning, a lot of people are going to join. I have a feeling if you've been following the Kubala tribe, I have a feeling that some people are going to join and it's going to become a cult. There's a reason why someone like Nature Boy, if you remember Nature Boy, was able to create the cult that he created. It's because of that. People want meaning. So if he's offering people meaning, it's like, okay, this is the meaning, this is what we're supposed to be doing, and all of that, and he looks like he knows what he's talking about. People will be like, hey, we can't create meaning out of this. If this person is saying this is what's going on and they seem to believe what they saying, then we're gonna ride with them, right? People want meaning, bro. They don't wanna sit down and ask themselves what's really going on and they end up becoming hopeless because they're not finding answers. It's the strongest people that are able to take the drought where they're like, you know what, man, I need to know what's up. If I can't find meaning, then I can't find meaning. If there was meaning, we would have known by now. You know, you'd know what the meaning of this is. You'd know what you're supposed to be doing. You'd know what the meaning of your existence is. You think, if you look at how animals live, you won't even think that it's meaning. You think there's a force that just wants them to suffer, not that there's meaning. You know. I remember the day I
Oh,
came across a video on TikTok of dogs chasing a rabbit. So they were using a drone to capture the whole thing. I was like, the rabbit is running for its life. The dogs are programmed to catch, to want to catch the rabbit and kill it and eat it. And they do not feel any kind of compatibility. Like it will feel like an accomplishment. Like them catching the rabbit is gonna feel like some kind of accomplishment. They will never even have regret. They won't even think, "Hey, I've killed a sentient being that wants to live." To them, that doesn't even occur. To them, it's about catching the rabbit and eating it. That is success to them. What is the meaning of that? The rabbit is running because it's trying to protect itself. What's the meaning? So you can see that the whole game doesn't have meaning. It's actually pointless. The struggles that sentient beings have to go through are actually pointless. There is no point. You can't really tell people, what they are doing this for. It's crazy how how dark, how cool the universe is. It's like I can. It's kind of like floating in space, seeing darkness,
It is so late for the wedding, and how are you so freshified right now?
I don't sweat it. Secret Clinical gives me 3 times protectification, so I always stay fresher under pressure.
Oh my Oz scent. Is it magic?
I'm an angel. See the wings?
Good fortune is.
Sick.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really good.
Good fortune is.
Perfect.
Wow.
Oh, I'm saying it all.
Good fortune is.
5 stars.
Nice!
Good fortune, rated R.
Maybe if you find yourself floating in space, seeing darkness, no light, nothing, you're not seeing anything. You get to a point where you want to imagine things and you create meaning. So life is kind of like that. It's actually empty. Nothing means anything. That is why things don't mean the same, like to everyone, right? What you might find meaningful, other people are not going to find meaningful. Because the real truth is that nothing is meaningful. It just depends on what you tell yourself is meaningful. But if you live long enough, you end up realizing that nothing is actually meaningful. So it does get to a point where it just becomes boring because you realize that the whole thing was pointless. I do wish that there was a point to life. I do wish that we were able to explain to ourselves what life is. You know, as you get older, you start realizing some secrets about life. When you are 5, you don't know the secrets. Fine. You reach the age of 10, you know some secrets, but you don't know what people who are 15 know. You know, you don't know what people who are older than you know. People who are younger than you don't know what you know. But as you get older, you keep on learning and keep on realizing the secrets of the universe. That's not what's happening. You can talk to a person who's 70 and they are way dumber than you are. You know, what the hell? And then some people believe what you believe, you know? You want meaning. There is no meaning. This reminds me of what something Joe Rogan said in one of his stand-ups. He was like, I would like to think that there's meaning to life, but you know, really there's no meaning. Like we like to pretend as if we know what's going on. Like when we do things which seem so serious that someone will swear that they know what's going on. If I look at other people and think that they kind of know what's going on, it's only because they're pretending as if they know what's going on. And they actually know what's going on. So it was like, yo, man, there are no real grown-ups. You know, when I was a kid, I used to think that there were real grown-ups, but actually, there are no real grown-ups. I bit my tongue. That's why I don't speak so well too. I bit my tongue. I was eating popcorns and I bit my tongue. But yeah, it was like, yeah. When I was growing up, I used to think that there were real grown-ups, but the real truth is that there are no real grown-ups. And when you grow up, because you will think that adults know what's going on, right? One day, some kid is going to call you, say, you're at a store buying something, and some kid says, can you please let me pass? You know, what? Say, how did that happen? I'm a grown up now? You mean that no one knows? That made me laugh. Like, then, that means that I'm an adult now. Like, people are treating me like I'm an adult. And I still don't know what's going on. So that means that adults don't know what's going on. And that is true. Adults don't know what the purpose of this is.
The fuck
What the
is
meaning
wrong?
of this is. What the point of this is. What they're supposed to be doing. They don't know. It's a scam, isn't it? Because when you're younger, you think people know what they're doing. But as you get older, you realize that, nope, it's not what it is.
Nope.
When you were still a student, you used to think that teachers were way smarter than you. Remember? It's actually nice to go, like, to actually go and teach at a school where you've attended. It's actually nice because you end up realizing that, oh, people that you thought were smart are not. Because now you know you kind of like you know what they know, and you know what they don't know. But when you were younger, you didn't know what they didn't know. And you didn't know a lot of what they knew. So you thought they were really smart. So you realize that my teachers didn't know anything. If I can have real debates with my teachers and win, it's very, bro, it kind of that's something to your ego, I guess. Like you're gonna be debating with your teacher, like someone who taught you in grade one, you were like 8 years old. They were much older than you. You know, to even have a job, they must have been much older than you. They were in their 80s. There is no point. It doesn't make things easy, man. It doesn't make things easy. What we really want is really want to know why we're doing this. So if you can't create meaning, and even if people say you create your own meaning, you're like, there's no meaning to create out of this. You know, don't say that I must do this every day. I must do this, and you be like, create your own meaning out of this. Like, what kind of meaning can I create? It's just it gets boring. You know what I'm saying? I can't be doing this all the entire. I can't find meaning in this. It's just boring. It gets. You know what I'm saying? So meaning is important, but you find meaning when the things that you're doing make sense to you, right? You find meaning in what you're doing if what you're doing actually makes sense to you. If you're working a shitty job, you ain't gonna find meaning. You ain't gonna know what you're doing.
Fuck.
You're gonna know that I gotta pay my bills. But other than that, the job itself won't be meaningful to you. So the only meaning would be you like making a living. You know that it's something to speak.
NBA 2K15 Julius Irvin. The Dunk Funk.
What's good, everybody? I'm back in that time. We got the all-reading 99 speed cheap lineup, baby. I had to play with before I started back in our house, bro. I had to, brother. And as soon as I got the start, to get the $99 check. Each one is that 99 motherfucking speed. 99 pushes, 99 left, 99 dunking. Yeah. Why am I going so shit high? You gotta see that my record team is good. It's on day. God damn, he got whoa. He got a team like God damn, he got a motherfucking keep them up. Good. Hey, we're up. You guys over the bitch. The jewels over the bitch, guys. Dummies. Okay, I'll take that. Go. Let's go. I'll take that, baby.
Okay, so here we go. Now, this part right here is definitely for Julius Irving, 75-76 Onyx Throwback, 98 overall. All you need, 85 views, 88 mid range, 91 staring close, and then shot IQ is 99. Driving layup 99, standing duck 95, driving duck 98. 99 driving jump. Box control 95. Looking at the stats here. The hands are 89. Never catch everything for adding control. 99 defensive and the defensive rebound is 90. Remember the guy who swap over the equal running back? Ruby guard. Oh my lord. He can throw a monster lineup and grab all the rebounds. Yo, this card is deep. All ball defense is 90. Defensive stance, 95 defensive catch, protection is 90, steal is 90, his block is 85, 91 shot, 94 bucks. So you're hard. Power forward and then like a diamond jack at center. You do imagine that lineup? Yo, this card do some crazy shit. I don't even know what to tell you. You got 50 or $100 in your bank account right now. Drop it in to MyTeam, buy some VC and try to get them back. Because this is the only one on the PS4 that's in the auction company. It's selling for $1 million. No one's going to drop a million. I mean, somebody's going to drop $1 million on it. It's not going to be me. But this card, oh Lord. Yo, I would run like a LeBron small forward, Julius Irving at shooting guard. I'll put Jordan at point. Do some crazy shit. You can get a monster like Karl Malone at power forward and then like a diamond. I don't know what you've been told, but the Sapphire Julius Irving is way too cold. Finally, in the rewards, it shows up. And the crazy thing is, which I just noticed because my boy Javi pointed it out, 99 overall Sapphire card, meaning this is a Sapphire. I can use this for the Yao Ming challenge. So this challenge, on top of the fact that it was very easy, just became extra easy. The stats and all that. I'm definitely gonna have the video once I do get Yao Ming, and I'll be able to run those. Think about it, bro. 99 overall Yao Ming Sapphire, and I can get, 99 overall Julius Irving Sapphire, and 94 overall Yao Ming. I can start 2 Sapphire players if I want. Oh my lord. 99 overall, guys. 90 mid-range, 82 3-point. 92 movement shot mid-range, 81 movement shot 3. So definitely good shooting stats. The mid-range is fucking cheap. That's just crazy. Standing layup 99, driving layup 99, standing dunk 99, driving dunk 99. This guy could be in the fucking Ruby Dungeon pack. I'm gonna actually do this right now so you guys see I'm not fucking bullshitting. Paul George, man, I love you, but come on now. 99 overall, you can't beat that, buddy. So we're gonna shit on this Yao Ming challenge right now. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. So in his debut, which you didn't see because my recording device kept messing up because I was rendering the video, Julius Irving dropped 6-7.
You deserve the best. Performance, durability, affordability. Only.
Okay. Let's talk about depression and where it comes from. I feel depressed now. I think it comes from me not seeing meaning or purpose in the activities that are available. everything seems hopeless, meaningless, or not worth it, or just has no reward. No reward. And then, what's the point of doing anything if nothing comes out of it? Like, no, it's not worth. A lot of things you gotta expend your energy doing them, but they don't give you back.
This video is going to be very offensive and extremely racist. Viewer discretion is advised. You've been warned. Welcome to the Pen and Shank, where I talk about everything crime and prison related, and I share my brutal, raw, real, and uncut experiences from prison. The stories I tell are things that I've experienced, seen, heard, or I'm familiar with inside the prison system. The story that I'm about to tell, I personally saw and heard with my own eyes and ears. It was probably, if I have to recollect, the most racist conversation I've ever heard.
Why not? What is this? More space! To the space! Do it!
Oh.
Say yo! Oh! Man, I fell in love with Cardi guys. Fall in love with them. Fall in love with the sex with the news act. Oh, y'all mean get that? Right. We did. I can turn it though. Y'all, come on, you smart ass motherfucker. There you go. There you go. Hey, you still doing goddamn. Well, look how tall you look, fella.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast.
That I didn't get a dunk on that. That's annoying. It is what it is. Good ball up. Good defense by Carmelo Anthony. Not known for his defense, but getting us a stop there.
From 1975 to 1976. Now let's check out his stats and see what it's going to look like. So he's a 98. Oh, velocity is fine. Dr. Test 91. Hustle 94. Lateral quickness 96. Speed 96. Quickness 95. This card looks amazing so far. Vertical 99, of course. And then strength 84. That's not too bad. Stamina 95. So this. And his mid-range game is not too bad as well. So it's
I don't.
Yo, what's good, niggas? Let's go ahead and kick it on with the top 5 MyTeam moments. Let's start off with the broadcast next.
How am I losing the ball?
Really, nigga? Now, how much you guys get to carry? It's gonna be A, the left side, or B, either a black guy and Popeye's line. You just guys gonna get his meal, and get a biscuit. Also, then you got to get it on you. Let's go. What? What? How about the broadcast next? 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 How about the guys get some carry every day. A, left-sided, or B, either a black guy in Popeye's line who just got done get his meals, get his biscuits, also that you got to get.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Shake it, big back, and check this out. I am going to be picking up a Dr. J, the Julius Irving Orange card, and yes, you guys are going to be seeing this in upcoming MyTeam videos. I want to do this quick update, show you guys the lines a little bit, show you guys Dr. J, his full badges and everything, and yeah, just go through him really quickly because I'm going to be showing you guys gameplay of him very, very shortly. Probably in a couple of days. I still have a few more gameplays to upload. Just some previous games with Onyx Trophy and Onyx Nash. But yes, I will be adding Dr. J into the line. I'm going to finish getting some more of these silver badges and up those to the gold. But what I wanted to say is, yeah, I bought them on the
NBA 2K25 Julius Irving.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to part of the JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing gameplay with Dark Matter, Dr. J, Julius Irving. I would never recommend anybody buy this card. I'm just starting the video with that. This card's going to be 3 times as expensive as Pink Diamond and not even close to worth it. The card basically plays the same. Same exact animations, not significant badge and stat difference, especially compared to a juiced Pink Diamond Dr. J, which most of them are. We'll talk about that in this video. That being said, my boy NBA 2K Kiwi somehow got this card from the Huntsford.
The fuck? The fuck is that sound?
Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the JC2K video.
Anna Bobana. And you just didn't get up on me. And you're nothing when you told me. Oh, come on now. You don't me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. You wanna eat it. Yeah, that's foodie as hell.
One large pizza. If you can get a name for the order, Yanni. You spell that for me? Laurel. Are you having a stroke? Yanni. All right, Laurel, your word is brainstorm. Really? That's easy. GREENNEEDLE. I'm so sorry, Laurel, and it's incorrect. You just spelled green needle. That's what I said. Welcome in, have a seat. What's a good name for you? Yanni. Laurel. Perfect, Laurel. And, what gets you on work here? Yeah, I heard this company really values innovation. What kind of things do you do here? Mostly brainstorming sessions. That's mainly what we do here. Sorry, what does green needling entail? Sorry, that's what I said. Okay. Also, you must know our dress code here is black and blue. Yeah, white and gold. That's what I'm wearing. What? Change. What are you writing down? Stop writing. Don't think you're gonna be a good fit, Laurel. Cool. You should have seen how he talked to me, babe. He was like going at it, like he wanted that.
POV, the girl that your ex cheated on you with
And that's the thing, like he wanted to cheat
still
on you.
thinks about you 3 years later.
Was it true you had a threesome?
It's cool. You should have seen how he talked to me, babe. He was like going at it, like he wanted that shit. And that's the thing, like he wanted to cheat on you. It was not my fucking problem. He genuinely, like.
Okay. And what is calling me gonna do?
I don't.
Was it true?
It's cool. He wanted to cheat on you. Like I don't. What? Hey.
Was it true you had a threesome with Caitlin? Yes.
That is also true.
Ask him again, man. Ask him again. Look at each other.
Is it true you got a threesome with Caitlin? Yes.
In your face, nigga. You pussy dog.
That's true.
Was it true?
So now that people are realizing that the Benny and Grandma videos are AI, I'm going to talk about whose fault it is. It's your fault. It's your fault. Because if you were one of those people that did the AI trends and posted it all over TikTok, like the ones like this, or ones like this, you are to blame. You were feeding the AI. You were giving them everything they needed to improve and make things more realistic. And this was their plan the whole.
You don't think they could have all the things they need?
Do you know that type of fucker who's like, oh, no wonder this movie didn't perform well. The marketing budget, the marketing department was asleep at the wheel. By the way, I'm behind 9 different layers of ad block and I don't go outside. How have I not heard of this movie? How have I not heard of this movie? Are they even trying to market it? Adblock Pro, Adblock Origin, uBlock Pro, uBlock Origin. Don't go outside. Close my eyes every time a bus goes by. AR glasses that adblock all the ads that I see on bus stops. I've never heard of this movie before. Consumes no print media whatsoever. Doesn't have conversations with other people outside of Uma Musume channel on my Discord. It's like they didn't even want people to go see it. Do you know that type of fucker who's like, oh, no wonder this movie didn't perform well. The marketing budget, the marketing department was asleep at the wheel. By the way, I'm behind 9 different layers of ad block and I don't go outside.
Being too attractive is low-key a curse. Because, like, if you're too attractive, people are going to be scared to, like, approach you, bro. And I've noticed this personally. Like, and this is probably the main reason that, like, girls don't even really, like, want to even try is because, like, they're, like, that guy's out of my league. That guy's way out of my league. That's usually what I'm thinking that they're thinking. Being too attractive is.
Sir, I have a question. If I held your mom hostage, would you suck my cock to save her life? You gotta do it.
You have to
You have to suck and gargle the balls.
debust.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah. Alright, bet. Sir, I have a question. If I held your mom hostage, would you suck my cock? Sir, I have a question. If I held your mom hostage, would you suck my cock to save her life?
You
You gotta do it.
have to
How does
Coach Franklin always would try to get me to lead with my head. That was the one thing. Because I think that was every time they told me to do something, I was just like, okay.
from Dr.
He hit my car on the highway and he's trying to leave as an all-time bro.
Being natural.
He hit my car on the highway and he's trying to leave as an all-time classic. I might go as far as saying, like, that might be a top 10 TikTok video of all time. He hit my-
Some statistic-related trouble.
My car on the highway. I was broken first. I didn't buy my town now. They call pound town. Red bitch. So I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. West side.
Bro, being naturally antisocial, but also being naturally like kind is one of the worst combinations in life. Like speaking from firsthand experiences, because you always end up in conversations that on the inside you hate being in. Like you want nothing more but to get from this conversation or to not talk to this person, but you don't want to seem like an asshole because they're trying to genuinely be like nice to you or like have a dialogue with you or.
I appreciate you coming so much, bro. I appreciate you so much for coming. Shit like that, I appreciate you, bro.
I mean, chat.
Yo, where my projection again? Nah, but I appreciate you, bro. Oh, God. Appreciate it, bro. God bless you, bro. Yo, chat. I appreciate you coming so much, bro.
That's my ass. That shit look like Squid Games. I'm talking about, I seen a motherfucker just slide to their death. A real man is in touch with his
I don't know why he's taking over his property. This is a flop, bro.
He grabbed the camera too.
You grab the camera. This is a flop, gang. What's up? Y'all okay? We're from New York City. 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 I don't know why he's taking over his property. This is a flop, bro.
He grabbed the camera too.
You grab the camera. This is a flop, gang. What's up? Y'all okay? We're from New York City. New York City. New York City. New York City. New York.
Frustrated because the internet had cut out, and I didn't immediately like rush to her. I went to her afterwards to see if she was all right, but she was, of course, and that's it. And I just
Wait, is that true? She's not allowed to walk around because it would be awkward if she walked into Ray's room randomly, got to keep up the single appearance. Do they live together? There's no way, right? I feel like that would have been, people would have figured that out by now.
accountability for that. I should have immediately went over when I saw her yelling, and that's it. Frustrated because the internet cut out, and I didn't immediately like rush to her. I went to her afterwards to see if she was all right, but she was, of course, and that's it. And I do take it.
Wait, is that true? She's not allowed to walk around because it would be awkward if she walked into Ray's room randomly, got to keep up the single appearance. Do they live together? There's no way, right? I feel like that would have been, people would have figured that out by now.
If I a million. Listen. I'm gonna prove my point, cause niggas trying me in the comments. This shit online. Do it back. It's online. Let's step on the court. My slider. Rank 3v3. My controller. Hold up. My controller. Right here.
Now niggas was saying, oh, you flicking the stick before you shoot because nigga, I got to her. He gonna do dribble moves. You fuck. Now peep game. I'm finna start a hop jumper. I'm gonna hold it down, start the hop jumper, just start spinning that bitch. What is he saying? Y'all can't say I'm not online. I just showed y'all I'm online. Y'all can't say the shit, the sliders is on rookie city. I just changed it to rank 3v3. What is we saying? Pass that bitch, Fred. Pass that bitch, Fred. Listen, I'm finna try to do it again. I'm not even gonna look at my TV. All right, hold up. Because this shit feels so clicky trying to do this like this and get in this camera. What are we talking about, bro? Remove this shit. Instantly. Listen. I'm finna prove my point because niggas is frying. Niggas frying me in the comments. This shit online. Do the map. It's online. Let's step on the court. Slider. Rank 3v3. My controller. Hold up. My controller. Right here. Gotta do it online. Like, I gotta do it in the game. Damn, our niggas won't shut up. And if I don't do it in the game, niggas not gonna shut up. So I gotta go do it in the game because it don't work in the game. I'm
would you congratulate him?
I'll be pushing towards the 40,000 subscribers.
Congratulations for getting lucky.
Multiple videos a day. We really appreciate it. If you subscribe. Without further ado, Dr. J is 6'7", 99 offense and defense, and a 98 driving layup, 97 mid-range, 93 ball, 95 standing, 99 driving dunk. I mean, obviously the stats are exceptional across the board. He's an elite level defender. He's got 96 speed, 95 field ball, 97 agility, 98 or 93 strength. The honest truth is, though, every single stat boost besides like a +7 pass, or well, it's +7 something, and then +10 is standing dunk. I forget what the other +7 was. Not in pass accuracy or something like that. It wasn't significant. Those are the only major stat boosts on the card. Everything else is very basic. Yes, he's got 21 hops and 17 gold badges. I think he's got 12 base gold badges and 21 hops. Okay, compost brother was then I slippery off on him. Space pound off on his picked up as well. Focus game force the layup, makes faster physical finish, perception, offensive shooter. First delivery training, plus has the mighty long strong handle on minutes high desire. Gold badge wise, he can get every single other gold badge, right? Like he pretty much has every single badge in the game. In fact, he can't have every single badge in the game. The honest truth, though, is Pink Diamond Dr. J is going to have every single important badge in the game. He might be listing 1 or 2 pink badges, but in general, Pink Diamond Dr. J is still, he's got 36 total badges, and like, let's just look at this Pink Diamond, or this, for example. There's a lot of them like this that have a ton of extra costs, but this one doesn't have 4 badges. Paint Controller is one of them. If you were to replace Paint Controller, or one of these, like Post-Up Poet or Post-Power Ups with Paint Controller, Dr. J has every single important badge in the game. So just get a souped-up Pink Diamond one. And it's going to play exactly the same with very similar stats and badges. The truth is, the animations are the exact same too. I almost feel like this gameplay is a little bit pointless because the card's going to play the exact same. He's got the same exact animations. Still has the normal dribble style, which isn't great, but every other animation is still awesome. The jumper is absolutely elite. The fade is great. I mean, look, remember, this card was the best card in the game. What is him? No more risky. Let's change these real quickly. Let's change this release to set point as well. There we go. But I mean, yeah, he's gonna play the exact same. Release is still the exact same. Movement is still the exact same. Stat and badge wise, he's pretty close to the exact same. Especially if Super Pink Diamond is gonna have better badges potentially than the Dark Matter. There is no reason in hell that you should ever consider paying close to what the Dark Matter is going for when you can just get the Pink Diamond and it'll do the same thing. So yeah, I'm doing this gameplay, but here's the thing: I could just do this gameplay with the Pink Diamond Dr. J. Y'all would not know a difference. That's what I'm saying. Like, this card is a great card, no doubt about it, but it's not necessary at all. Just go pick up the Pink Diamond, you will have just as much success. Let's hop into a game, see what Dr. J can do. This dude I'm playing in Showdown already has 8 wins. The season just started. Good lord. Shout out to him. I guess he's been playing Showdown for the last 4 hours since the season started. But there you go. We got ourselves, I guess, a decent little game here. It's probably going to be a gamer. So hopefully we get ourselves a good game. Let me make sure real quickly that I just have the settings set up to how I like them instead of how Kiwi likes them. Nothing wrong with his settings. They're just not the ones that I personally would probably use. Either way, we got ourselves some stuff set up here. We're going to get in this game. We're going to see what we can do. Obviously, it's Dr. J versus Dr. J here. He's got Penny Hardaway as well. D-Wade already as well. I missed the first shot. I forgot I just gave this on his account before. I forgot he plays with no players. That's so strange. I don't know about that. It's a little different. But the thing with this Dr. J is really, the honest truth is he plays exactly, and I mean exactly the same as his other card. It's the same animations, and what I'm saying in freestyle. But I don't think it's going to make a big difference however you use it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see there being a big difference in this Dr. J. He's going to be a dog. He's just kind of tight, but lightly. The other Dr. J's going to do that. He occasionally makes that type of shot. That's just the game stuff. That just allowed me to make that shot more than anything else. So keep that in mind. So I thought we should get a misstep, but we did. And that is okay. Let's get the ball into Dr. J, and let's get ourselves a 2-man pick and roll going here. Slip the screen early to Penny Hardaway. Drag it back, behind the back here. Go the other way. Escape, downhill drive, hop step through, and reset. Chill. Get in here. See if we can get him stuffed just a little bit. We do exactly that. That is A's, and it works for to the tune of a free offensive board, a miss, another free board, another miss, another free board. Will he miss again? Let's see. All right. Missed an open shot there with Dr. J. That started off that whole thing. And KP apparently don't want to finish, so it is what it is. That's a good shot. Good move, good shot. To tell this dude is clearly a very solid player. open shop there with Dr. J, and that started off that whole thing. And then AP apparently don't want to finish, so it is what it is. That's a good shot. Yeah, most of it.
Sometimes it takes a different approach to see the possibilities all around you. At Capella University,
Hello, just get YouTube. Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing gameplay with the brand new Pink Diamond Dr. J, Julius Irving, and I paid 820,000 MT to pick up Dr. J on my
Pink Diamond, Dr. J, Julius Irving, NBA 2K25.
What's good, my boys? Splashy here. In today's video, we will be doing our first gameplay of the year that is not included in court. I am so sorry we have not been getting more gameplays out this year. If y'all understood my T1 players, y'all understood how hard it is to do a gameplay on this game with like the negation of SIGs and the fact that as soon as somebody sees you scoring in T1, they just flat out double and no longer care about winning the game. Like, y'all would understand. I be trying, bro. Finally, we got a card that can come on offense. So today's video will be Dr. J gameplay. So let's get straight into it. When I think you like soup, I like it. We got Dr. J, 6'7", 200 pounds from Massachusetts. 89, 3, 85 standing, 98 driving, max layup, max close shot, 94 inch, 82 pass, 85 block, 94 perimeter, 86 interior, 85 rebound, almost max steal, almost max vertical, 95. So like, let me try to find if I got one. So like, boom, right here is 3-point shot plus 10. Go see if you have Steph. Go see if you have anything where the airplane is the takeover. You put that on them, that's his shoe. Because you're trying to get rid of 99 or at least 90 plus when he's hot. So let's take him in a freestyle, see what he's working with. The only thing I'll say that matter on this game is if you have a behind the back, which he does have a behind the back. Nobody in the game really got a dribble style right now. Everybody bursts like this right here, bro. This is just a pro dribble style. Everybody bursts like that. Like, nobody can, like, dribble, bro. So, like, you're not going to see me just comboing up in a freestyle. The most I can give you is just clipping the behind the back into the same move, bro. That's probably all you're going to get out of me, bro. Just doing that, bro. Other than that, I mean, yeah, the sticks are kind of just trash. That's another reason it's, like, really hard to gameplay. Yes, I do shoot with the stick more than I shoot with the button. Lately, the stick has been feeling like it's a little off, so sometimes I switch it up and I shoot with the button as well. Because off the dribble, it's way more proficient to shoot with the button than the stick, in my opinion. So, it just is what it is. But Dr. J, honestly, is probably the best primary in the game score-wise, and Dr. J isn't even really a primary. Like, Devin Booker is what you consider a primary, because even if a lock on him, he should still go out there and get 30, which is pretty hard to do from the point guard position. Dr. J still going to somehow put up 15 with no dribble style. Yes, that's it, 15. 15 is a lot of points for level 1 player right now. He's going to still probably put up 15 with no dribble style, pro fade, and, you know, just because he got a decent jump shot. I think decent jump shots kind of carry the card this year. I don't think it's really about dribbling that much. Everybody who's been playing, the screens don't hit like that. You're not just going out there giving people 45 with one card, nothing. So, that's, I give y'all that 10 in a row with that stick, though. They don't show no this. Huh? Y'all still hear me? I was like, yo, y'all can still hear me? My bad, there you go. Let me get to that switch of every 2 shots. Let me show y'all how that game wants to play. They're going to 2 stick shots. Let me get to them 2 button shots. Let me get to them 2 button shots. So, I might not be able to get y'all 10 in a row for this game, but the game might be too hard, bro. I don't know, the game might be too hard, bro. To show myself, bro. The game might be too hard, bro. I got 4 for you, bro. Can I get 5? I got 5 for you. Can I give you 6? I ain't got 6 for you, bro. So let's get into the gameplay, shall we? Let's get into the gameplay, shall we? Scotty Perry, JJJ, Drive. This is the point tipple lock lineup of death. You feel me? The point tipple lock lineup of death. DJ, kill Scotty. First
Scotty, Gary, JJJ, PG, and D-Rob. This is the Coin Temple lock lineup of death. You feel me? The Coin Temple lock lineup of death. DJ, kill Scotty. Kill Scotty. Kill Mo. You gonna take blood too. Psych, just kidding. I guess I'm going to take that video. You know, I wanted to go back to the grid, but it is what it is. Another reason it's hard to do gameplay with cards is just because the spacing is the spacing is like this. Hello. Jumping in. You know that, right? You know that.
My wallet. It's gone. You know the rules. No wallet. I just feel so naked without it.
I feel it. I was a man with 10%.
You know, there's certain processes that are very not, I guess, conserved that have been used for a long time, and also the idea of, you know, things like the things that are like happening come from a very low chance. Like life came from a very a multi-series like sequence of things happening that were extremely rare and had to be like perfect, right? You know,
It's definitely not perfect, but I can believe that it's uncommon.
right. Well, like the fine tune. I don't know what that theory is, like the fine tuning of the universe or whatever, gravity and whatnot. Yeah.
I think fine tuning is some unremarkable bullshit. But
I'll just but yeah, when I see those things, I like to think, you know what? It's not exactly intellectually dishonest to say that has to come from, you know, a creator that goes beyond our bounds of comprehension, one that's all-knowing, one that's omnipresent. I think that's not really logical to believe, you know?
It may not exactly be illogical. I think it's kind of, well, it sounds kind of incoherent if you ask me. What the hell does it mean to be any of those things? Because, like, the way, and now we're just getting into apologetics. We're not talking about specific. We're not talking about general theism. We're talking about Christian theology in this example. But I don't really know how else to do it. So, like, for example, somebody will say God is all-knowing, and then somebody will point to a place in the Bible where God doesn't know something, and then they'll have a response, well, omniscient doesn't mean knowing everything. It means knowing everything there is to be known. So they just twist themselves in these ridiculous knots to retrofit an explanation into a conclusion, which is just not honest.
And oh god, yeah, yeah, that was a good point. And then I forgot mine. It was on the
fine tuning,
right? Yes, fine tuning. Why is that the yes?
Oh man, for so many reasons. So I made a pretty long, detailed video about this, and the problem is I bring up like 8 things, and I can only ever remember like 3 or 4 of them. I should just keep a document so I have all of them in bullet points to remember. But one issue with it is sort of the circularity of it. So we can adopt the anthropic principle. Is this universe finely tuned for life? Well, we exist in it. We make observations, so it looks like it is. Therefore, it is. I mean, that's very circular, and you can just point out that any possible universe. Like, imagine that the universe is different in some way, or in many ways, it doesn't matter. But there are things that can observe the universe. The only conclusion they can draw is that this universe has the property of being observable. Now, what you have to do is kind of beg the question and assume the mind of God and say things like, and people approach fine tuning in many different ways. They say it's finely tuned to allow life to exist, which there are problems with that we can talk about, like the complete false talking point of a Goldilocks zone or whatever. Or they say it's finely tuned for intelligent life, but Dropic's principle, I think, deals with that. But the other thing they try to do is they say, and God made these constants the way they are so that the universe would be the way it is because he wants to have a relationship with us. Now you are ascribing on your own accord what the intentions of the arbiter of the universe are, which is just so incredibly self-centered and I think dishonest. But it makes this it's myopic in this sense too, because the constants in our universe, it's not like human beings are subject to them and everything else in the universe is subject to different kinds of constants or something like that. Absolutely not. No, the constants that govern the existence of intelligent life are the exact same constants that govern the properties of black holes. And there's absolutely no logical problem in saying that the universe is finely tuned for black holes. And there's no logical problem in imagining a God that created the universe with the intention of creating black holes because that's what it desires. And so now we get to this point of sort of the epistemological disutility of these metaphysical claims, which of those is better? Well, of course, a human being is going to intrinsically or intuitively think that theism in a personal relationship with us is better because that's where our fifis go, you know? So there's several problems right there. The other major problem, and I'll just say it quickly so that I'm not filibustering, is I think that fine-tuning gets you nowhere beyond deism. I don't think it says anything for theism in particular.
Right. Okay. So I can totally understand that. Like when you think of it in the grand scheme of things, you could make the argument that a lot of other processes were made in a fine-tuned environment. The problem I have with that, though, is that I feel like we're being disingenuous in the fact that life, compared to other processes or other concepts, has a lot of innate value and meaning. And you would attribute that to something incredible, like, the chance of life for human life, like 1 to 400 trillion.
Well, I don't know how people calculate those, but don't you kind of see that this is just a bias? Like if I said human beings are a scourge to not only the planet but the universe, and it's really unfortunate that we exist. That doesn't sound like. What do you think that sounds like?
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, like it doesn't really seem rational. It doesn't exactly seem grounded. I could make the argument for it. Like literally, not a single thing about our planet is better because we exist. They would all be better if we didn't exist, which is a really gross kind of realization, I feel like. And I'm not an anti-humanist or anything, it just kind of is true. Now, but despite that, I'm a person and I like being alive, and I'm not an anti-natalist. Right. And so we privilege ourselves based on the fact that we are self-interested.
They're having fun. Is it because they booked a new vacation package that made it easy to change and rearrange their road trip? Bingo? Wrong. Introducing Getaways by Southwest. Vacations more fun when it's flexible.
Jim, we need a decision. Need clarity? Try SurveyMonkey. Jimmy believes all pets are exceptional, especially yours. If it proclaims 100+ formulas backed by science, your pets will reveal just.
Nice moves with your investments means asking the questions other.
Yeah, I can see that, and that you could argue that that specific self-interest, that downfall of our human nature, is what makes the planet better off without it. But besides that, and I guess I'm making this as a bias to humans, but I guess life in general is incredible, and a planet with life would, I guess, be valued to a higher extent because, I don't know, just the experience of existing and being alive is, I guess, more unique than not, if that makes sense.
There is nothing illogical or wrong with a human thinking that being a human is the gosh darned greatest thing ever. But when you extrapolate beyond that and say, and that's the reason the universe exists, now it's like, you've taken the world revolves around you and ran with that to the most extreme logical conclusion or whatever that you can. The other thing about life, like life in the universe and the constants being fine-tuned for life or whatever, well, the finely tuned constants aren't miraculous. They're just physical. They're you could call them material in a weird sort of sense. But so there's no miracle at work at all anywhere in this universe. But if those constants are finely tuned for life, then that makes life an inevitable consequence of the universe. And none of this is miraculous, which means it completely dismisses the requirement for a God to exist to explain why life exists. The only actual thing that the God is sold to us as being the necessary condition for is the creation of the universe with those constants. And then this is what I was saying earlier. That's just deism. That's not theism. So, like, the fine-tuning argument constructs a universe that's completely indistinguishable from a universe where God doesn't exist. Which I think is bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pans out for him. I don't know if I got that quote verbatim or not.
Right, yeah. I wanted to go back to the point of, like, things being miraculous or not. Like, I think the idea that you and I and everyone else watching and whatnot being alive is a pretty miraculous thing. Like, I don't feel like it'd be a bold statement to make that claim, or a bold statement to make. Right?
Well, I do. I mean, so, have you ever heard of how big of a number 52 factorial is?
Oh, yeah, that's like, yeah, in my mind.
There aren't enough atoms in the universe to assign each. The number you get, you couldn't count the number of atoms in the observable universe with it. There aren't enough of them, I mean. Now, does that mean that the particular arrangement of cards in a deck is a miracle? No. Even though we're dealing with a number that is unthinkably vast or whatever. The particular odds of any deck of cards being arranged the way it is just monumentally absurd. But there's no miracle taking place, and it's unmiraculous the way it got there, and it's reducible to just a physical description. Life, I think life is like that because what people tend to do when they give you these calculations for the odds that a human would ever exist, they'll just do some back of the napkin like, oh well, when a guy skeets into a woman, there's like 100 million sperm, so the odds are 1 in 100 million that you exist, because it could have been any of the other ones, but also half of pregnancies spontaneously abort, so now we got to double it. And then maybe they'll like add together the sort of treacherous first year of life, because you actually, the odds of death in your first year of life are actually as high as they are until you're like in your 50s or something like that. It's actually pretty crazy. And so they do stuff like that. Or they'll try to attack it from like a biological level, and they'll say, well, a protein will have 20,000 amino acids in it, and there are 20 amino acids, so 20 to the, 2,000 to the 20th power, that's the odds that that protein would form. And so therefore it has to be a miracle. It's like, no, biochemically that's completely false in so many ways, because it completely discounts gradualism, it completely discounts natural selection, it completely discounts the redundancy and all kinds of other things. So these calculations are really, really dubious for a lot of reasons.
Okay, sure. So then I guess, let's say, okay, so then the religious understanding of, or not even theist or deist understanding of life is inherently full. Let's say I'll just like concede to that point. Do you think then
sorry, what word did you use there?
Sorry, not it's just like there's a misunderstanding. I guess.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know. I just made up a word. Anyways, but could you say that the empirical understanding of life could have its limitations or misunderstandings, or not so much?
I don't know what you mean. Is there a scientific limit to what we can know about life?
Yes. Yes.
There's a more. I don't. So, like in a weird sort of way, I don't think in principle there is, but in practice there certainly is.
So, can you expand? I'm sorry.
I mean, like history, right? We'll never know. It's literally unknowable what color Buddha's eyes were. But it's in principle knowable, right? That's what I mean. So, life, like I take the view that there's no miracle going on with life, and there historically never was either. And so I don't see a limit to science. Like, I don't see an incompleteness theorem in science when it comes to trying to study how life works. So, like, in principle, I don't see a limitation, but in practice, there almost certainly would be. And you could argue that maybe, I don't know, something about emergent properties, maybe like with consciousness within living things, is completely, maybe outside the scope of real science. Perhaps a quantum computer could do it, and is that science? Maybe, maybe not. I don't really know. Or maybe there's this sort of weird, weird sort of sense you could never scientifically grasp, like, the meta knowledge about biology, like what we know about what we know, how we know what we know, or something like that. So, I don't know. That's my best attempt to kind of address it.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I think, like, sorry, my voice. The saying, it's an evolving science, I think is really true. When you talk about, like, certain branches of it, like with astronomy or, physics and whatnot, like, you correct me on, like, the study you're fine, but there was, like, a planet that was, like, 14 billion years old in the beginning of the universe or whatever, and kind of.
Oh, that's a star, the Methuselah star. I've looked into that a couple times, and I always forget what the explanation for that is. I can never remember.
Yeah, but I think it really doesn't matter ideologically how you see it. It's really interesting attempt on how to understand things, and everything's evolving as you go, right?
Yeah, okay, that's good cargo. I might back up sometime. Because this is a good conversation. But yeah, I see your content. It's pretty cool. Okay, yeah, no problem. Campbell.
Good.
You know, I think about this, but I don't think I can.
He's got more inside the camera than any man I've ever met.
Who do you text me?
I have no talent for MyTeam.
For women in my time, they see things.
What do you see?
I see landscape.
Oceans.
You're having the sweetest, my cat.
I'm just not conscious. What do you wish to do now then?
I shall be full of father's place.
Will you be brave?
Yes.
Will you
You're supposed to leave that place in your head. There's no more real to you than anywhere else. I am myself. I am myself in different colors. Again.
Do you not wonder what is in it?
You what?
With me.
What should I do? Keep your heart open. Look.
To die. To sleep. Perchance to dream.
Why? Why? Why?
What the fuck?